Okay, everyone, it is November 19th, 2012, Monday, 12:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and yeah, I've got some weird glare on my forehead. Anyway, yeah, just got back from running to the store. Maybe I should just put that down. Okay. Now, this is one of my little ramble posts. I know I got another song request, and girl, you're pushing it. No, I'm just kidding. No, that song is, I love that song. The song Closer by 9 Inch Nails will be my next song that I will attempt. That song is just deliciously filthy. So, I mean, I'm going to try. I'm usually pretty shy when it comes to singing really naughty, filthy songs, but I will give it a try. I will start practicing. But okay, I started to do some thinking. I never stop thinking, really. Okay. I'm going to go on a limb and confess something to y'all, wonderful people of the weird wide web, that I have a thought disorder. And I've accepted it, and I actually use it as an advantage in my everyday life. I don't really use it, I really don't see it as a handicap. I see it as a blessing. And here's why. You know, a lot of people will get frustrated because they get fixated on one thing. It drives them crazy. It's not really like an obsession, but it's like just a fixation, you know? It could be anything. You know, worrying about, you know, situation at work, situation at home. I mean, it could be anything. It could be something as minute as like, you know, oh, you know, that person gave me a dirty look, you know. You just get fixated on it. You start thinking about it, like, oh, what's up their ass, you know, stuff like that. Me, my mind flits from different things all over the place, like, constantly. I was told that it was a schizotypical, non-congruent, non-linear thought pattern. And I could be missing a whole bunch of other descriptors, because when a shrink read it off to me, I laughed at him. Because the way he made it sound, he said it in like this mournful tone, like, you know, like what a doctor would tell you if you had like a really scary diagnosis or something. And he looked at me and he's like, why is this funny? I said, dude, you're saying this like this is a bad thing. I was like, I've had this my whole life. I've learned to deal with it. I've learned to accept it and embrace it and actually use it. You know, and he was like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, you know how some people get stuck on one thing? I can't. I don't know how. I am unable to fixate on one thing. I fixate on several things at once instead. You know, like right now, I could be, you know, thinking about going, oh, I can't wait till I tear into my snack that I just got at the store. And then at the same time, I'm like, oh, you know, I wonder if my comforter is dry in the dryer yet. You know, because I'm doing laundry today. Yay, I'm actually being semi-productive. You know, and oh, you know, I'm so glad I'm out of the stupid boot. This damn thing has been sitting behind me for days now, for almost a week. Haven't had to wear it. Yay! So, that should make my doctor happy, but I don't think I'm going to be going back. One, I just don't really see the need I mean, they said that they could barely see the break on the X-ray anymore, which means my foot is, you know, healing up. Still gets stiff, you know, when I wake up, you know, in the mornings and stuff, and it gets stiff in cold weather, but I think that's just going to be something I'm going to have to live with. I don't think that it's actually the break causing that stiffness anymore. I think it's just my foot's never going to be the fucking same, you know. It folded in half and twisted to the right, you know, so it's bound to happen. That and my whole left side is hexed, I swear. I scraped myself shaving last night, and I'm not going to show you guys because it's pretty macabre, but I mean, I really did a number on myself. And, you know, my kids were all fascinated with it, and I was just like, oh my god, really? You kids are weird. But, you know, I can remember when I was a kid, and I would, you know, get cuts and bruises and stuff, and I would poke at it, and so maybe they get that from me. I don't know. My point is this. I think of a lot of different things all at once. I found it easier to live life that way. Where, like, if something's bothering me, I can kind of shove that off to one side and I can think about something else. But the thing on the back burner that I shoved aside is still cooking. And I've realized this over the last couple of years, because it used to be where I'd shove something aside and I thought that I forgot about it, but then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's exactly it. And then I was able to solve whatever the situation was, you know, or handle it or whatever. And, you know, I used to do shit to distract myself, you know, because, you know, I was constantly taught that I had to think in a straight line, think in a straight line, think in a straight line. So I was constantly trying to think in a straight line. Well, whenever I fixate on something and just fixate on that one thing constantly, then I was like, oh, alright. So I would do something to distract myself, but at the same time, my mind is still going on and on and on about this thing. I was like, oh my god. So I was like, I can't think like everybody else. I don't have normal thinking processes, so it's like, forget it, you know? You know, and things over the last 6 months or so have completely blown my fucking mind. And stuff that I can't really talk about yet, but as soon as I'm able to, you best believe I am going to do an expose. But for now, let's just say I've gotten stabbed in the back in the worst way imaginable, and the offending parties are going to get what's coming to them. That's all I'm going to say right now. But basically, for all intents and purposes, my point is this. I've been doing a lot of thinking about my life, right? I mean, I'm starting to turn a corner. And I don't know what's on the other side. And I'm nervous. And I'm anxious. And I'm excited. And there's times where I start panicking so much that I literally get dizzy. And this has been happening for the last couple of days. I literally start getting dizzy and I'm like, oh, I gotta lay down. You know, and I hate feeling like that, but I think it's my mind's way of saying that I need to slow the hell down in my mind. You know, like, I still need to stay focused on shit and keep focused on my goal, which means I'm going to be moving possibly in mid-spring is what it's looking like now. But while my mind is churning, I have to stay focused on that one path. But in my mind, I have to slow the hell down. And, yeah, I think that was it. If I think of more, I will post again. So, yeah, until then, love, peace, and duck lips. And, hope y'all are having a great day. This is the Yippie Chick from Hippie Chick Bliss, State of Insanity, Country of Chaos. Wishing you a very good Monday and a wonderful week.